Hi, I'm Deepak Shukla. You're watching Defense Insight, and in this video, we'll talk about India's bilateral relations with Japan. Japan lies to the east of Asian continent from 122 to 153 degrees east longitude. It is bound by Pacific Ocean to the east and Sea of Japan to the west. The latitudes extend from 20 degrees to 45 degrees north, with Sea of Okhotsk to the north and East China Sea to the south. Japan is made up of four major islands: Honshu, Kyushu, Shikoku, and Hokkaido. Tokyo is the capital city and is located on Honshu. Buddhism has been a common connector since ancient times, with the religion spreading from India to China and further up north to Japan and Korea. In 1942, Rash Bihari Bose established the Indian Independence League. He later handed over the reins to Subhash Chandra Bose, who developed it as Indian National Army, or the Azad Hind Fauj. INA has also been regarded as the brainchild of Japanese Major Iwaichi Fujiwara, who wanted to raise an army which would fight alongside the Japanese army. Post-independence in the year 1952, India and Japan concluded a treaty of peace and friendship, laying the foundation of new diplomatic relations. During the Cold War era, relations were not so warm as India advocated non-alignment while Japan tilted towards the capitalist bloc of the United States of America. Japan remained neutral when it came to taking sides during the 62 China War, the 65 Pakistan War, and the 1971 Bangladesh Liberation War. However, India regularly got economic aid from Japan in the form of overseas development assistance, with Japan emerging as the largest economic aid donor to India by 1986. Things did improve after the end of the Cold War as India began to improve its relations with US and Japan. But this was short-lived, as in 1998, India conducted another nuclear test, the Pokhran-2, and positioned itself as a nuclear weapon state. After this, Japan severely condemned the test and went on to cut its economic aid, which was natural as Japan was the only country to have experienced the horrors of an atomic bomb attack. In the year 2000, relations started to normalize as Japanese PM Mori Yoshiro conducted a state visit to India and asserted that India and Japan will go on to become strategic partners in the future. What are some of the factors that make India and Japan natural allies? Number 1. Both the countries are fellow democracies. Number 2. Japan's aging population, where the average age is 48 compared to India's 29. Number 3. India being a hub of skilled labor and an exporter of the same. Number 4. Defense partnership, especially in the maritime domain. Number 5. As both the countries are Asian economic giants, cooperation is bound to be true. The relationship has culminated in a special strategic and global partnership between the two, including a 2+2 dialogue mechanism between the external affairs and the defense ministers of the two countries. Areas of cooperation include defense under the Malabar Trilateral Naval Exercise, Army's Dharma Guardian, and Coast Guard Sahyog Kaizen. Multilateral forums such as the Quad grouping of India, US, Japan, and Australia, the J comprising of India, US, and Japan, and the Quad of G4 having India, Germany, Japan, Brazil to collectively seek a permanent UNSC seat. Investment in +5 segment is another major area of mutual benefit. This includes infrastructure transport, smart cities, Ganga cleaning, manufacturing, and clean energy. The 2015 visit of Japanese PM Abe Shinzo saw him taking part in Ganga Aarti in Varanasi, deepening the cultural ties. In recent meetings, India has assured that red tape would be replaced by red carpet for Japanese investors and businessmen. As of 2017, India and Japan have concluded a landmark civil nuclear deal for peaceful use of nuclear energy, showing how far we have come from the start of the century. In 2018, the two countries had a $75 billion bilateral currency swap agreement. Japan has also relaxed visa norms for Indian citizens to improve people-to-people exchanges. Cooperation in the Indo-Pacific is also bound to deepen with increasing geopolitical tensions in the region. In conclusion, the two countries have covered a lot of miles in strengthening their bilateral relations, and the trajectory is projected to keep going upwards. If you found this video helpful, do leave us a like and subscribe to the channel. This motivates us to make more such videos. Until then, never stop learning because life never stops teaching.